Do your thing.
What up? How's everybody doing? So recently my family and I watched Encanto. Needless to say, I'm always happy when a marginalized ethnic group gets positive representation from Disney. Meanwhile, I'm still waiting for my own to get some. I know for those of you who are probably thinking, what you talking about, Pranav? Indian people have been represented by Disney before. What about Jungle Book? I swear, if you say what about Jungle Book, don't you realize you're pretty much just proving my point? By now, each ethnicity has their own Disney movie about a heroic protagonist who saves their community. I mean, think about it. Chinese people have Mulan, Mexicans have Coco, Pacific Islanders have Moana. What do Indians have? A character who spent a whole movie whining that he doesn't want to live with his own species. Just think about Mowgli for a moment. He's short, he's whiny, he's skinny, he has a bowl cut. The only Indian stereotype he's missing at this point is an engineering degree. I'm just saying, even though they lived identical lives, there's a reason Mowgli looked nothing like Tarzan. It's like the first time Disney could stand the sight of a ripped brown guy was Kumail Nanjiani in Eternals. I understand this. I understand the Jungle Book first came out in the 60s, but did they have to have every single character voiced by a white actor? Like, for God's sake, even the cast of Mulan had voice actors who were Japanese. That would be the equivalent of the Jungle Book cast hiring Pakistani voice actors. I'm serious. Fun fact. The Chinese emperor in Mulan was voiced by the same guy who played Mr. Miyagi. I'm not making that up. Speaking of, another fun fact, when I first watched Karate Kid with my mom, even though I loved it, her initial reaction was, this movie isn't the Karate Kid. It's the kid who deals with a stereotypical and over-exaggerated portrayal of teenage drama. But let's get back to Disney for a moment. Here's my theory. In the 2020s, Disney wants to make movies about the Colombian community like Encanto, or Southeast Asians like Raya and the Last Dragon. You know what that means, right? It means Indians aren't ethnic enough for them.
Yeah.
Indians, not ethnic enough for Disney, too ethnic for Deerfield, Illinois. Which brings up an important point. Indians, I know we've come a long way in terms of representation, but we should keep fighting for it to get better. I understand it may seem flattering to constantly be portrayed as the doctor or the scientist, but think about what kind of message that sends to the average, not as intelligent Indian boy from Deerfield, Illinois. Not to mention all his peers who feel tempted to ask him math questions while he's putting his friggin' gym clothes on. You know, I think I've complained enough today. You know, after portraying the adult South Asian experience on the Mindy Project, Mindy Kaling, she's now portraying the teenage experience of South Asians on Never Have I Ever on Netflix. Now, as someone who's also been doing this in comedy, here's the ultimate message we're all trying to get across. We are not always model minorities.
Woo. 1 minute.
Now, my high school experience was a lot like Christian Leitner's NBA career. They both ended up disappointing because they both started off with high expectations. Him because of his college career, and me simply because I made the mistake of being born Indian. And finally, I still like Disney, even though I feel like they both totally botched handling diversity in the past. They've treated their movies the same way Indian parents treated their kids. If the first one only goes to Purdue, then you better make sure the next one gets accepted into Harvard. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you guys so much.
All right.